Okay, so we placed a floor slab here, but I'm going to investigate this a little bit and see if it really sits on the ground super well and it looks really good. And what I notice here is I don't see a line here, right along this edge. And then right about here I start seeing a line, and that's telling me that this concrete is below the ground right here, but then here the concrete is above the ground. How else could I see that? I could go look in a right hand view, maybe. Go find my right hand view and zoom in on it. That's my screw. Oh, yeah, look, I've made like a diving board. It's just sticking out. And you can imagine that if somebody steps on this, it might crack or drop or something bad. I that needs to be touching the ground. And so I can either make this very thick, I can add another 6 inches to the thickness maybe of it, but then, wow, that's a lot of concrete, or I can push some dirt around before I pour this concrete so that the dirt is high enough. And I would say it has to be kind of like at 7'6", um, like it was at the back end of this pad. So I need to readjust my ground, my dirt. And they call that modifying a Toposolid. And we can do it in any view, but I like to do it in a plan view. So I'm going to go to my site plan view, and I'm going to change this dirt. I'm actually going to change it. So I'm going to click on one of these lines to select my dirt, my Toposolid, and look, I can modify sub-elements or I can add points. Well, modifying the sub-elements are these little corner dots that have already been made, but let's take a look at it. If I modify those, these are the elements that are already in there, and if I highlight one, it's just turned blue, its elevation shows up. Okay, let's try that again just to see. I get on the contour, left click, modify sub elements, get right on that thing. There's green, blue, left click, and then the little number comes up, and I can change those, but that's my boundary. I probably don't want to. So I hit escape to get out of it. Now I'm back in it again. Now I'm going to add points. Let's add points. And the points I want to add are from level 1. I can choose the current level, level 1, project base point, whatever. In this case, it doesn't matter. And I pick absolute. I want to measure from 0. And I want these all to be at 7 feet space 6 inches. Now let's see what that looks like. 7 feet, that's just one little mark, and that's the quotations. That's not very clear on the screen. Sorry about that. 7 foot space 6 inches. And unfortunately, I can't make that any bigger. Revit won't let me do that. But now I'm just going to go start adding some points, and I'm going to add them right along this line. Click, click, click. Look, it's changing my contours as we go, and I can delete dimensions and stuff. And I'm just going all the way around it, and I'm putting points in there, and it's actually changing the dirt. So all the way around it, I've made it 7 foot 6 inches. And I have to go back. Oh, and then once I'm done, I just click outside of it. I left clicked out here and hit escape. Now I'm going to take this one off because it's actually measuring my concrete, not the ground. But you can see all the way around here, it's somewhere between 7 feet and 8 feet. Let's just see what it is. Let's go back, spot elevation. As I creep up closer and closer and closer, it's closer and closer to 7 feet 6 inches. But then all of a sudden it picks the floor. But I'm getting it right. Okay, as we get closer and closer and closer, click. Let's see what it looks like in our 3D view. Kind of hard to see, but you might be able to see just a little bit of a slope, not much. But you can see now I've changed the ground so the ground is halfway up my slab. Let's go back and see how to do that again. I click on a contour line. I add points. And I say how high the point should be from my 0, 0 elevation. And it's just click, 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 click all the way around. There we go. That's how you do it.